It's episode 3 of MrBettsClass Global Final Review. Take your seats because we got a lot to go over, and if you've been absent, click here to catch up. Everybody else, let's go! Today we're going to talk about classical civilizations, the older civilizations that left lasting effects culturally, politically, and socially on history. One classical civilization was in China during the Han Dynasty. But let's begin with the Shang Dynasty, which started around 1600 BC. This dynasty, or family of rulers, had polytheistic religion, the yin and yang, and the veneration of ancestors. Next, the Zhou took over, saying that they had the mandate of heaven, or the god's approval to rule. Then the short but crazy Qin, led by Shi Hongdai, he was a legalist thinking all men evil and needing to be controlled, connected many walls into a great wall, and probably died from mercury poisoning while seeking immortality. Then came the classical Han Dynasty. During the Han, China massively expanded and created the civil service exam. Open to all men, it was meant to get the most wise and qualified into government positions. The philosophies of Confucius, stressing order and filial piety, aka loyalty to your parents, were major parts. The remnants of the early Indus civilization were taken over by Aryan people from the West, and their merging cultures created classical India. It's also where the complex social class system of castes originated. These castes separated society into strict groups. You were born into your caste, and the only way to leave was to die. The whole system was reinforced by the Hindu religion, but we'll get into that next time. The first major dynasty of India was the Maurya dynasty from 321 BC to 185. The founder, Chandragupta Maurya, was a harsh but effective warrior, and his son Asoka was a kind Buddhist who united the diverse people. Subsequent rulers were not as good, and the empire broke up, and in AD 320, the Gupta dynasty united the north. This golden age gave us the concept of zero, early vaccinations, and the development of Sanskrit writing. Over in Greece, the mountains, jagged coastline, and many islands led to the development of city-states or individual societies with their own governments and customs. Ancient Greece wasn't a country as much as it was a collection of individual societies linked by language and religion. It would only come together during times of war, like during the Persian War, but might then turn around and fight each other, like in the Peloponnesian War. During the classical period, which includes the 5th and 4th century BC, the city-states of Sparta and Athens were usually top dogs.
This is Sparta!
And it was historically a militaristic society. Over in Athens, democracy, or a form of government in which citizens can vote, originated. Greece is also famous for its philosophers like Socrates, Aristotle, and Plato, and writers like Homer. Eventually, a Macedonian from the north, Alexander the Great, was able to conquer all of Greece and create a Hellenistic Empire in Peggy, Persia, Egypt, Greece, and India. But after he died, the empire broke up and the glory of Greece went to ancient Rome. Located on the Italian peninsula, Rome at its height controlled all of the Mediterranean area, Europe up to Scotland, and eastward into Mesopotamia. Rome's government started as a republic, or a government in which representatives worked on behalf of the citizens. Eventually, tensions between the upper-class Patricians and lower-class Plebians, as well as extremely powerful generals like Julius Caesar, led to Rome becoming an empire. Starting with Augustus in 27 BC, a Pax Romana, or Roman peace, lasted for 200 years. Roman law, with concepts like innocent until proven guilty, has influenced Western law. Bridge-like aqueducts delivered water to cities. Roman, as well as Greek architecture, is heavily used in the modern world. But all things must end, and Rome ended for a variety of reasons. Invading tribes, an overstretched empire, corruption, inflation, take your pick. Though one can make the argument that Rome did carry on past the 5th century in the form of the Byzantine Empire. But as Rome ended, so too shall this lesson. Remember to subscribe and get ready for episode 4 when we discuss world religions. Be safe, and I'll see you next time.